Today, we're diving into the heart of the action, where every moment counts and every play is a story waiting to be told.
Welcome to Apex Real Sports, your #1 channel for real football analysis.
All right, let's talk about a game that was just pure drama. This was a huge Africa Cup of Nations match between two giants of the continent, Egypt and South Africa. And trust me, this wasn't just any old game. It had controversy, huge stakes, and moments that had everyone holding their breath. Let's get right into it. You know, when you look back at this match, the entire story really boils down to two key moments. Just two. First, a super controversial call from the ref that got absolutely everyone talking. And then, a single moment of madness that just completely flipped the script. These two events, they define this whole nail-biter. Okay, so who are the contenders here? Well, on one side, you've got Egypt, the Pharaohs. I mean, these guys are legends, the most decorated team in the history of the tournament. They've got the reputation. And on the other side, South Africa, Bafana Bafana, a team that was really up against it, facing this massive test of character. It's that classic matchup, right? The established champ versus the hungry challenger. So the game kicks off and it is tense. Exactly what you'd expect when the stakes are this high. Both teams are kind of feeling each other out, you know, a bit of probing, a bit of back and forth, but nobody wants to be the one to make that first big mistake. You could just feel the pressure in the air right from the opening whistle. But it was Egypt who decided to make the first real statement. Manmouche steps up to take a free kick, and oh, for a second there, you really thought that was going in. It looked perfect off his foot, but as the commentator put it, it just curled away at the very last second. A real warning shot had been fired. And that moment leads us right into the first huge turning point of the match. This is the incident that would swing the game in Egypt's favor. But believe me, it came with a whole lot of debate. So here's what goes down. Inside the penalty area, Kisa Mogala of South Africa, his hand makes contact with Mo Salah's face. And we are talking the faintest of touches here, just a brush. But Salah goes down, and the referee immediately points to the spot. A penalty. And this is the big question, isn't it? Was it a legitimate foul that deserved a penalty? Or was it, as a lot of people were arguing, incredibly soft? The call was made, but oh man, the controversy was just getting started. All eyes were suddenly on the referee. But you know who isn't fazed by a little controversy? Mo Salah. He steps right up, stares down the keeper, and with absolute ice in his veins, just coolly slots it right down the middle. Egypt grabs the lead, and South Africa is left feeling like they've been seriously hard done by. So, right when you're thinking Egypt has taken control of this thing, the entire game gets turned on its head by one critical, undeniable error. The advantage was about to swing, and I mean dramatically, in the other direction. And here it is. Egypt's Mohamed Hani commits a clear foul. There's no debate about this one. The referee doesn't hesitate for a second, pulls out a straight red card. And just like that, in a flash, the favorites, Egypt, are down to 10 men with a long, long way to go. So think about what this means. Bafana Bafana were suddenly handed a real advantage. It was their turn to be in the driver's seat, to dictate the play against a 10-man Egyptian side. All the pressure shifted right back onto them to make it count. And boy, did they try to make it count. What happened next was just a frantic, chaotic final stretch of the game. It became completely wide open, just chances flying at both ends as South Africa pushed and pushed for an equalizer, while Egypt was just trying to survive and maybe steal a second on the counter. And in the middle of all that chaos, a moment of sheer panic for South Africa. A defender makes a terrible mistake, just gives the ball away cheaply right near his own goal. Mo Salah is right there, and for a heart-stopping second, you're thinking, that's it, game over. But just as quickly, the danger is gone. The ball gets to Trezeguet, he shoots, but the keeper, Ronwen Williams, comes to the rescue with a vital save to keep his team in it. A huge mistake, followed by an even bigger save. Just incredible stuff. But the drama was not over. Now it's South Africa's turn at the other end. Kisa Mogala goes down in the box, and it looks like a stone-cold penalty. I mean, it looked certain, but the linesman's flag is up. He's judged to be just offside. Another huge what-if moment in this game. And the chances just kept on coming. In the dying seconds, a South African player, Miva, tries this audacious, cheeky little stab at the goal that nearly found its way in. It just perfectly captured that desperate, anything-can-happen feeling of those final moments. Finally, after all the twists and all the turns, the referee blows the final whistle, And what a game. It was perfectly described as a truly grippy affair. So let's break down how it all ended. When you look at it like this, you can really see the roller coaster journey for both teams. Egypt snatches the lead with that controversial penalty, but the red card immediately puts them into survival mode. And for South Africa, it's really the story of a missed opportunity. They get the man advantage, they push relentlessly, but in the end, they just couldn't find that crucial goal. So after all that drama, what does a 1-0 win for Egypt actually mean? Well, in the grand scheme of things, it leaves Group B completely wide open. Egypt gets the points, sure, but that performance with 10 men shows they're vulnerable. South Africa leaves with nothing, but their fight proves they can challenge anybody. This battle is far from over. And that really brings us full circle, back to our main theme. In a game filled with so much passion and talent, was the result decided by a moment of brilliance, or was it decided by a handful of critical human mistakes? A soft penalty, a reckless tackle, a misplaced pass. It's just a reminder that at the highest level of sports, the line between winning and losing is razor thin.